My name is Hannah Marie Hirsch, and I am a Holocaust survivor. I was born on July 8th, 1919. I was part of a family of 5, including myself. My mom's name was Lisa, my dad's was Isaac. I had a little sister, and her name was Amanda, but she was born in 1925. I also had a little brother. His name was Miller, and he was born in 1928. I remember like it was yesterday when the SS officers came running into our neighborhood and telling us to pack up because we were going somewhere. They told us to only take a few things, to only take the things we needed, and to basically pack light. Me and my family were confused and lost, but we did as they said. We didn't know where the SS officers were taking us and how long we would even be gone. I remember packing and fighting back those tears because I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to leave the only place where I felt safe. I didn't want to leave the only place I ever called home. We were taken into a neighborhood way different from the neighborhood I was growing up in. Here, I remember seeing hundreds and hundreds of Jews, people that were just like me. I saw little girls and even little boys, parents and even grandparents. It was November 19th, 1935. When we were taken here, we stayed for only about 4.5 years. During these years, we saw many Jews come, but we also saw many leave. I will never forget this day. It was 1939, and the same thing happened that happened in 1935. SS officers came in and told us to pack everything we needed. The SS officers wouldn't even tell us where we were going. It's like they didn't even care. I remember being more scared and more emotional than last time. I couldn't hold my tears up, and my mom did everything, absolutely everything she could to try and calm me down. We were packed onto this train. We were packed tight, and we could barely move. It felt like forever that we were on the train, the longest ride I've ever been on, and I kind of wish it didn't end because maybe I would have still been with my family. The SS officers came to my part of the train and yelled, "Children on this side, adults on this side." I remember feeling scared. I remember my parents being separated from my siblings and me. My mom and dad gave us one last big hug before we were separated. At this point, I knew I had to be strong for my little sister and my brother. I never saw my parents again. It hurts because I grew up without my parents, without the strength of my dad, and without the wisdom of my mom. It was only about a couple days later, after being separated from my parents. Every day, it honestly just got harder and harder. I didn't have my parents. The only people I had were my brother and my sister. One day, SS officers came and told us to line up. Everyone knew when the SS officers came and told us to line up, nothing good was about to happen. Unfortunately, they told us they were separating us girls from boys. I was shocked. This broke my heart. I couldn't hold back my tears any longer. Not only did they take my parents, but now they're taking my brother. I still have that face stuck in my head, that facial expression of my brother when he was being taken away. I will never forget, and I will definitely never forget him. I cried while I watched him walk away. I cried for days. It was rumored that the boys were took to another concentration camp. But at this point, who knew what was true and who knew what wasn't true? During my time at the camps, all we did was work. We worked every day. Not one day did we have off. We absolutely got 0 days off. If you made one mistake, and I mean only one, that would be the last thing you would ever do. If you didn't work the way the SS officers wanted you to work, then that's it. You're dead. You're gone. If you did anything that didn't please them, you would be killed. It's like they had no emotions. They didn't care that we were human. They didn't see us as that. They didn't care about us. They only wanted work to be done. So that's what me and my sister did. We worked and worked and worked. We didn't get a dime. We did free labor, and that was for years. This was honestly one of the best days in my life. It was May 21st, 1945. Me and my sister woke up to the other girls in our cabin yelling and celebrating that the Holocaust was finally over. Me and my sister jumped up and celebrated with them. We never ever thought this day was coming, not even in a million years. It was finally time. It was time to start a new life. I remember the American soldiers coming into our concentration camp and packed us onto trains and boats. But this time, it was quite different. It was more comfortable. We weren't packed tightly. They even gave us food and water. Me and my sister were taken to Liberia. Here is where we started our new lives. The Liberians provided me and my sister with a small house, food, and even some money. They told us if we needed anything, they would always be here for us. When me and my sister first arrived, I remember seeing such a bright sun, the smell of fresh air, seeing green trees and such beautiful, healthy green grass. And oh my gosh, seeing the lagoons, I had completely forgotten what it was like seeing such beauty all around me. I couldn't remember the name of the Liberians who helped me and my sister settle down in Liberia because there were just so many. They wanted me and my sister to feel safe and comfortable and welcomed. They also provided us with many, many things. I had got a job with this woman named Florine. I worked with her at a small cottage where we sewed and made clothes, baskets, blankets, and so much more. This time when I worked, I got paid. I had never got paid to do a job, never. And I absolutely loved the feeling. My sister worked too. She worked as a maid with Florine's mom. They cleaned houses, stores, and anything else that needed cleaning. It had only been 2 years that me and my sister were in Liberia. It was going good, better than would have expected. Me and my sister both had been working, and we were saving enough money to buy a house for us. One day, I was at work, and this man comes in and asked if he could get a woven basket. I thought I recognized the voice, so being me, I looked up, and I couldn't believe my eyes. It was my brother. I didn't know what to do. All of these years. I thought he was dead. I never thought I would see him again. We hugged and hugged, but we also talked for hours. He told me he was taken to another concentration camp and worked in farming. He told me horrible things and horrible stories that happened there. I felt so bad for him, but I couldn't ignore my excitement for finally seeing my brother. I invited him to live with me and my sister, and of course he did. He moved in. It finally felt like our family was coming back together, but unfortunately, we were still missing our parents. Me, my brother, and my sister had finally saved up enough money, and in 1952, we saved up enough money to buy a bigger house. This house was huge. It had 3 bedrooms, 1 for each of me and my siblings, and 2.5 bathrooms. But of course I shared one with my sister. It was built out of bricks, and it even had a little farm in the backyard. My brother, of course, worked in the farm because he had experience. My sister continued to work with Florine's mom, but I continued to work with Florine. Me and Florine became really close, and she was basically another sister. I will always have love for them because they treated us like we were their own.